One of the things I love about Dragon Ball is the fact that there are so many different reasons to watch this series. You can watch it for the comedy, you can watch it for the martial arts influence, you can watch it for the characters, you can even watch it for the movie references. But the one thing that is a constant throughout the series is the importance of power. And there's tons of little communities in the Dragon Ball fandom. You know, you've got your shippers, you've got your hardcore fans, your dubbies, but one community that I think definitely is prevalent, especially nowadays with Dragon Ball Super and the way things have been going, is the power scaling community. And the power scaling community, I feel, does have to exist in this fandom. I think it's necessary for various reasons. Dragon Ball Super itself, just Dragon Ball as a whole, the entire story of Dragon Ball is Goku's main goal in the series is to get stronger and fight tough guys. And we see this theme recurring over and over again. They constantly train, they always have new martial arts masters, they try to get stronger to face the next threat, and Goku wants to always face strong guys. So to sit there and say that this series is not about strength, you can't say it's all about strength, but you can't say it's not about strength. A big part of it is about strength. And here joining me to talk about this, please welcome the ever controversial mayor of Cuck City, Seth the Programmer. Hello, Seth.
Yo, what's going on, man?
He's here, folks. So we're talking about power scaling, and you're one of the more prevalent guys in the power scaling community. You know, for years, the scaling community, from what you've told me and what from other people have told me, a lot of it was on Google Plus. A lot of it was on boards. You know, back in the '90s, man, we had these BS power level websites that would put up these phony huge numbers for like the Boo Saga, like Goku got 18 billion for the Boo Saga, but in the series, all right, let's talk about power levels versus power scaling. The last time they used power levels was on Namek, and then when Trunks showed up, he got rid of power level of 5, and then after that, everything from that point forward, there were no official power levels. So
Right.
the only way to figure out how strong people were was power scaling.
It's kind of weird, but like I used to play Budokai 2. I don't know. I played it when I was like 9, and then like I was addicted to learning like how much stronger each transformation like made you, because like if you go in like training mode and you transform, it'll like increase your percentage like of your attack power and tell you how much stronger you get when you transform. And I always just loved the concept of just like a concrete number of how much stronger you get and like it being displayed.
Would you say that Dragon Ball is harder to power scale than, say, Naruto or One Punch Man or other shows? Is it more challenging because Dragon Ball is longer?
Not as challenging as some series. The main challenge with Dragon Ball is inconsistencies. Other than that, it's mostly concrete. Like, for example, if you want to learn how strong Vegeta is, right? A guide will probably tell you. Like, he'll probably like be like, "Hey, Vegeta in the Saiyan saga could destroy a fucking planet." Or if you want to know like how strong they are compared to other characters, like, "Hey, the Daizenshu was like this power level for here, this power level for here," and then you just divide, right? And
Yeah.
then you find out how much stronger they got. So for Dragon Ball, it was like it was pretty easy, other than just like the mainly the inconsistencies. Even with the guides, like Toei is just inconsistent. I don't know if they don't understand the concept of scaling or why it matters, because it confuses the fuck out of people and kind of makes them disinterested. Like,
One of the things that does irritate me is that when you're doing, and I don't mean you, I mean anybody, is talking
yeah,
about power in Dragon Ball. A lot of fans throw out the fucking power levels as bullshit thing. Now,
no man,
let's clarify this for all the people. First of all, the original origin of power levels are bullshit was essentially a joke made by Team 4-Star that was based on an interview from Toriyama where he said the funny thing about power levels is that whenever somebody scans you with a scouter, especially in the Namek arc, the scouter's wrong because the person's suppressing their power. That's what
yeah,
it means. The fandom has used the power levels are bullshit phrase to basically say you shouldn't think about power. Like,
yeah, it's so dumb.
yeah, when the problem is, I can understand somebody not thinking about power, but if the series is telling you this is this strong, then in the next arc they say no, this is this way. You're gonna be wondering what happened in between the arcs. Like, like I told you, the Goku Super Saiyan Gold in Universe 6, and then he goes and uses blue. Like, they never told us he could use both forms till then. You
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
Do you think that the way Dragon Ball has gone, into Super that's gone too far? In other words, as like a fan of this shit, do you think that because we have these characters that are literally in some cases multi-universal level strength, do you think that it makes it harder to believe the fights because we're not seeing planets and stars get destroyed in space? Because you would think if these guys were that strong, bro, you'd have the whole solar system just blowing up every time they fought. Do you think that they've gone too far with it?
The fights never had like that collateral damage. That's actually a really big problem Dragon Ball faces against like inter-versus debates, is that there's like Goku doesn't do a lot in terms of feats. He fights people that do a lot, but when he gets into a fight, you'll notice like the planet is almost never destroyed except for like Kid Buu. And like the only time we ever seen Goku destroy a planet is versus Frieza. Like he punched an energy ball into space and it blew up a planet. That's like Goku's best feat other than like the universe shaking shit with Beerus.
Yeah.
But usually you just don't see it. Like it's the way Toriyama writes. I don't know if he's like lazy, but you never really see planets blowing up. But yeah, it's all about ki control, and Toriyama even says that. He says, the stronger you get, the more you need to learn how to control your ki. That's why when Goku became like a god for the first time, it was such a massive power boost that he didn't know how the fuck to control it, and that's why he was stumbling over when he was trying to dash or shaking the whole universe. Is because he didn't know how to control his ki because it's just so massive compared to what he was used to. But and that's why some people are like, well, I don't know. I think Super Saiyan God's kind of stronger than Super Saiyan Blue. I mean, look at he shook the universe in this form. He didn't do that in Blue, so I just think he's stronger in Red. It's shit like that. It's just bro. That's just not Eugene. It's just not how Dragon Ball works. Never
bro,
has
when the anime and the manga both tell you that Blue's stronger, they blatantly. And we see Goku using Blue more than Red numerous times in the manga and anime, and you're still denying it. Yeah, it's Eugene shit right there, bro.
So the thing about power levels versus power scaling that a lot of people don't understand as well is that people say power levels are bullshit because characters suppress themselves. But when you see like a scouter, for example, scan like an alien that doesn't know how to suppress his power, that's how strong he is. When Frieza says, I'm 530,000, and the Ginyu force is like 40,000 or 120,000 like Ginyu, Frieza would dick on all of them, no difficulty.
Yes.
The power level is accurate. Whenever the power level reads an alien that doesn't express his power, it's completely accurate. Power levels do become irrelevant after Frieza, but for when they are used, we do have their full powers that aren't suppressed, so they aren't bullshit. It's just more like the scouter readings of the Z fighters are bullshit.
Yeah, and then what wound up happening is, and Toriyama commented on this, by the time we got to the androids, it was impossible for him to continue with the power levels because it would just be the same thing with extra zeros at the end,
Yeah.
If you look at Frieza's society, the Saiyan society, I'm going to do a whole video about this. This is a whole different thing. Everything when it comes to your rank in that empire is entirely based on your power level when you're born. They don't look at you as an individual, what your skills are, your talent, what you can bring to the world. They look at you as a number. And it's deep, bro. It's deep. It
kind of is deep.
You know what? It's beautiful, bro. And that's what I'm saying is that you make them. It's fucked up. You actually make more money and become more successful in the empire if you have a high power level. And they didn't even think about the possibility of an Earthling, like a Krillin or like, Goku, who's not really an Earthling, but he was raised on Earth, getting to that level. So, like, the whole thing fits with that Empire's kind of society. It's all based on how strong you are when you're born. And the whole thing Toriyama was telling us, it's deep, dude, is that Empire had was so caught up in how strong you were when you were born, they didn't even think that somebody could train and get stronger and surpass your birth power level. And that was the whole point. The entire point was to say, yeah, you were born with supposedly stronger than me, but I surpassed you because I got better training. And that's the
reason Vegeta hates Goku. That's why, not anymore, but that's why he did, actually, because he's low class. Exactly. Their whole fucking shit.
Yeah, so. And that's the thing. And what's crazy is even if you're royalty, even if your father's really strong, if you're born weak, you're going to be seen as fodder. And that's interesting. That's how they see you. And again, that's why power levels was just a brilliant idea for the Frieza saga because it fit with that empire. Beyond that, all you can do, which is what the power scaling community does, is guess based on feats. That's kind of
Yep.
the best thing to do, or based on just the scaling up higher and higher and higher.
The reason people really get into power scaling is because Toriyama adds a lot of mystery to like the fighters. So like for example, Toyotaro just did an interview where he was asked who would win between Vegito, Blue, and Beerus, and he's like, well, you know, the Supreme Kai said Vegito would probably be stronger, but who knows? Maybe he's lying. They love it. It's like a mystery boner. These guys are fully willing to leave us in the dark until the end of time about it.
Everybody check out Seth. Catch y'all down the road.